Welcome back to the UK Journeyman Save. In today's episode, we have our last game of the league season, and then we will actually be starting season 3 here of the Save. The reason for that is things have not been going well. So the last 2 episodes, we pretty much said things weren't going well. Things have continued not to go well. We really haven't found a consistent way of playing. We haven't found a set of results a system or a way of playing that's consistently given good results. These wins are often friendlies I was throwing in to try and get the dynamics to go back up. But since you last left us, which I think was the Holyhead game, Mold Alexander, yeah, we've abandoned the Gegenpress. It wasn't working. As you can see, we went 5 games without a win in the league. We then beat Preston 1-0. But even that was like a late winner. It still wasn't a good result. So we switched over back to the wing play system. We played a couple friendlies. We lost to Buckley Town. We then drew to Gresford, but we did beat Porthmadog 3-1. Basically, I've gone back to basics. So what was working essentially at the start of the season wasn't, overly working, but we were winning most of our games. There was the odd draw and there was the bad loss in there. But for the most part, we were winning games. But things just seemed to fall apart around here-ish. No, actually, things were okay here. It was around here. So we were basically wing play up to this point, and then this was when we switched over to try other things. We tried various other things. We had a little bit of a decent run in a Gegenpress. Yeah, we won these games in the Gegenpress 2 out of 4, but then again went straight back to, or actually 2 out of 3, because one of those we didn't play with a Gegenpress, and then the results just went downhill again. So we've gone back to the wing play. I don't know if it's going to work. We've had a lot of players leave the club. Yeah, but this is what we're going for at the minute. 4-2-3-1 with wing play, positive mentality. It's the only thing that's somewhat working for us. Our familiarity on any tactic is not good. This is what I don't understand. We've got this excellent, but our proficiency is so bad. So I don't know. Maybe we just need more time on it. And I think we've just got to stick to one thing. So I don't think the tactics this year are going to be as overpowered. I think Gegenpress is definitely not overpowered anymore, which is a good thing because it was too overpowered. But it's going to make it tougher. As you can see, with all those poor results, we're actually 8th, which technically means we're going backwards. We've got one last league game to play, but we finished 7th last year, and that was after starting 10 games in with only 1 win. So we joined, and we had a really good run last year, and then this year, it's just been terrible. And that's partly my fault for keep changing the tactic, but trying to get more out of the games. And realistically, in the end, we were nowhere near it. We were miles away from promotion. So no chance of promotion. We will be in this league next year. But yeah, as I say, the transfer-wise has not helped us either, because we've had a lot of players leave, unfortunately. So we'd mentioned before about these players leaving. It really affected us. But then Alfred Diallo also left. And again, these lads are on non-contract. If they want to leave, I can't do anything. So he's went to go play in Guinea, actually. So he was okay for us. But yeah, he's went to go play in Guinea. We'll keep an eye on him, but he's earning a proper wage. And obviously, we just can't afford that. In terms of players we brought a couple of loans in. We did sign 1 permanent player. Nathan Sherry joins us on a free from I think it was a team in Northern Ireland. Yeah, a team in Northern Ireland. So he's come in. He's actually been okay, to be fair. 27-year-old Northern Irish centre half. So he joins us on a non-contract. We brought in a couple of loans: Philip Matthews, Holden, and Lewis, all just loan players. Matthews has actually been the more frequently played one, purely because he's a centre mid. But yeah, it's not going good. We've got our last game of the season, which is against Penarrock. So we'll do our best. And this is the team we're going with. Parsons in goal. Since he's come back in, we've been a little bit better, I guess. Davies, Sherry, Hand, who is agreed to leave the club to Ryle, Premiership club at the end of the season. So again, we'll have to quite a bit of a rebuild in this video. And then Foxwell at left back, Matthews and Williams in midfield, and then a front four of Jones, McCoulion, Smith, and Ford. It's not worked out for Brandon Barker. There's a good chance I just keep him around and remove him if we can get someone else in, then great. But yeah, it's not worked out. So we'll go with this. I think this is pretty much similar to what our next season's team will be, because I just think we're really struggling to bring players in. We don't have any money in the club. There's no money coming in the club, and these are first in the form table, so we are going to be against it today as well. It's just a tough gig at the minute. And it also begs the question of how long we sit and try and persist here, because we obviously have goals beyond just promotion to the top division. We want to be managing in a better country. We want to be managing higher up the pyramids. We want to start getting coaching badges and the like. So how long we stick at it here in BRICKFIELD, I don't know. But we've also not really made any progress as a manager to get a better job. We'd essentially just be starting from scratch again. Brendan Smith on the left-hand side, cuts inside, plays it to McCoulion, who does finish. And that is a nice early lead. Gerald McCoulion gets the goal to put us 1-0 up here. Obviously, this result doesn't really matter, but as long as we can if we can get a good result and actually see this working with these sets of players, then maybe it gives us a little bit more confidence that this is the right system for us into next year. But yeah, I think the main thing is we just need better players. I think regardless of what tactic we've tried and played, I think the main issue is we don't have a good enough goalkeeper. We don't have good enough defenders. We don't have good enough midfielders. I think the attack's been fine, and that just pretty much proves it because we've scored and conceded 1-1 there. But yeah, I just think the defence isn't good enough. Obviously, Hans leaving there. Sherry's coming and been fine. But yeah, I think we need a better goalkeeper. I think that's the main thing, really. And fullbacks as well. I just think the ones we've got they've not really been an upgrade. Davies looks like a good player, and stats-wise, attributes-wise, he looks like a good player. But then in the match engine, he just very rarely does well. He's at fault for a lot of the goals that come in. So it's... I don't know is the answer, to be honest. But yeah, it does beg the question of how long we persist here. I will be here next year, provided the board do give me another contract, which they should do because we are overachieving. So the board just wanted us to avoid relegation. Obviously, I thought we could potentially push for promotion. I thought with the good start we had to the season, promotion will be on the cards, but it hasn't been the case. McCoulion with a second there. And what I've noticed with McCoulion, if we don't play this system or we play anything else, he just doesn't do well. Whereas when we play this system with him in his very specific role, he scores plenty and assists plenty. So I think we've got to go with this because he is our best player. The other thing that's on a worry for me is all of these players that we have got under contract, like Ford, McCoulion, Jones, Smith, their contracts run out at the end of the year, and it seems like the club are only allowing me to offer non-contract. So yes, there's every chance we keep them for next year, but it's very likely to be on a non-contract. And I think one thing that's happening is because we've had such a rotation of players, they're not getting a chance to really learn the system. They're not getting a chance to gel together, and it's causing us to just be poor. Now, obviously, there's certain players who are playing well together, like McCoulion and Ford, but that's because they've had 2 seasons together, you know? Ford with a one-on-one. And I tell you what, Ford in the second half of the season has been rubbish. He scored nearly all of his goals in the first half of the season. The second half, he's been rubbish. And part of that, I think, is changing the system. I think when we went to the Gegenpress, it just didn't suit him as well. But yeah, I mean, I think this is working. I think we just need better players. I think, like I say, midfield is huge. We definitely need some better midfielders. We definitely need a better goalkeeper. We're obviously losing our best centre-back. So that's our 2 best centre-backs gone in the same window, in the same season, sorry. So yeah, it's tough at this level because we just have no money as well. We really need promotion. And I think once we were promoted, if we got promoted, I don't think we'd get relegated. And I think we'd be good enough to build up. McCoulion makes it 3-1. Lovely stuff. I think this is the system we'll go for next season then. Yeah, I think we just need promotion because that will cure the financial issues and that will cure everything else. The problem is I can't really progress as a manager. I'm not seemingly getting anything from just doing well at this club. My reputation hasn't gone up and I'm not getting any attribute increases as well. I'll just say don't be complacent. So I don't really know. And this keeps happening as well. I don't know if this is a glitch or what, but from kickoff, we just keep knocking it out into our own half and it's very odd. I don't know why we're doing that. But yeah, so I don't know what the best scenario is. The other thing in my head is actually, should we just get a lot of good loan players? Because loans, at least if they're playing, they're not going to get, poached by another club. Obviously, if we have everyone on non-contracts, they can leave at any time, and it makes it really difficult to bring replacements in. Whereas a loan player, I mean, they're only going to go back if we're not playing them and they get recalled, or if we're not playing them in the right position or some nonsense like that. So it really just depends on what's available. But I definitely think I'll be taking a lot closer of a look at loans to try and bring some loan players in to at least shore up the team quite a bit. Ford nearly makes it 4 there. But we've been good today, I suppose, and we are going to finish the season with 2 wins out of 2, which is good. Back to this system. Does seem to work. I think, the Brandon Barker experiment's finished. I don't think he's good enough. Smith's actually got 3 assists today, a hat-trick for McCooley on as well. So we've got players, but obviously we need to tie these lads down because they are out of contract at the end of the year. Anyone could come in and offer them a contract now, which also scares me. So there's a lot of rebuilding to do. We've got no money to do it. And I don't really see us moving jobs because I feel like there's definitely unfinished business here. We've obviously done the job that was asked of us, which was to come in and keep the club up both seasons. We've done that. So maybe I'm just expecting too much based on basically the last 10, 20 years of playing Football Manager. I've always pretty much over exceeded expectations. It's very rarely I've just met expectations. It's always an overachievement. And sometimes there's an underachievement. And honestly, I mean, how many times I've been relegated in total? Maybe like twice. It's really not that common. Charlie Williams makes it 4. But this year, I definitely think you could be getting relegated and stuff. And I would say as well, like, the morale stuff, like dynamics, like if you get on a bad result, like it just seems to compile and you need to do something different, change tactic, play some friendlies or something. But yeah, we've actually finished the season well, so it looks like I'm talking nonsense, but perhaps they rotated their side, perhaps it didn't matter to them anyway. I mean, to be fair, they were actually still within a shout of promotion, so it did matter to them. But I mean, that's a good result for us, 4-1, so we'll definitely stick with this system, and hopefully the boys learn it over the summer a bit better, and hopefully we can bring some players in to improve it. But yeah, that is us for now. That's us for this season. And we'll really just have to see where we go. Is there a potential for us to move? Maybe. We'll have to see what comes up. But technically, we are actually going backwards because we finished 7th last year and we're going to finish 8th this season. So there is that. There is some jobs available, but nothing probably we could go for. A couple of teams around the same level as us. I wouldn't really think there's much there worth going for. Yeah, it's probably teams that are too good for us. And like I say, I think we've got unfinished business here anyway. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, big rebuild needed, and it's going to be in this video. Well, the board clearly keep hampering me because the wage bill for the next season's gone down to 1.1k. It was $2,000 when we joined. It was $1.5 last year, and now it's 1.1. I mean, yes, the financial issues at the club are bad, but we've just got nothing. We've got no money now as well. So now we've got to make a rebuild and we've got no money. Oh, I feel like we need to move. I think there is a very good argument for us to move because I just think this club is going nowhere at the minute. There's nothing here. I forgot to mention we did actually we got some young players in our academy. I signed a lot of them. They're basically all 2-star players. 2-star. Oh, he's actually 2.5 stars of current ability. He actually looks good. If Truro want him, I mean, if they want to pay for him, they can. But yeah, we've got some young players. I mean, no one that's really ready to step up into the first team yet. They're all basically just 2-star players. So we'll just leave them in the academy until we get anyone who looks a bit better. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it wasn't a bad lot, but no one that really stood out, unfortunately. No new Chris Ford or anything like that. Okay, so 2 years of progress. We have actually started to improve in our attributes. So I don't know how it works exactly, but our reputation's still bad or still pending. I don't know if is that ever going to change? I don't know, but our attacking ability is actually gone up from unsuited to reasonable. So whatever attribute numbers work in the background here, we are actually improving. So whatever goes on to make these changes, we are actually improving as a manager. So that's the good thing. We are now a reasonable player. Obviously, we still have no coaching badges because the club won't pay for any. But yes, I don't know if that's going to go up once we get a better reputation. I guess we'll see. But yeah, at least we're actually making some progress, if albeit not much. So we are at pretty much the end of May, and the board have come in and offered us a new deal. It's actually less than what we're on now, which is a little bit disappointing. They are giving us obviously less money, but they really just want us to stay in the league, so they're really not expecting much. We were on £400, so I'm going to ask for 400 again. I know there's issues at the club financially, but I'm not going to take less money, surely. £400, come on. Okay, there we go. Fine. So we've got a new 1-year deal here at the club, £400 a week. It had to be done. I feel like there's unfinished business here. As much as it would be good to move on to somewhere with a bit more money, I think we need to get at least a promotion under us before we move on. And realistically, there is more to do with this club. It's just, can we actually do it? And to be honest, I feel like this is a good club to learn the game at because We can't really get sacked because they just don't want us to get relegated. We're not going to get relegated. We're too good for that. So really, it's a good way to learn the game. Since, though, you last left us, we have actually signed a couple of players. So the first one in the door is Declan Howe, a 29-year-old Welsh attacking midfielder slash winger slash striker. Current ability of 3.5 stars, so he's leading for the league. Formerly of Scunthorpe and was playing in the Northern Premier. Banging them in the Northern Premier. Couldn't really cook it in the National League though for Scunny, but nevertheless, I actually think if he's the player I'm thinking of, I actually think he's doing really well in real life. So that'll be interesting to see. He's not going to replace Ford just yet, but there is potential for it. But he's at least a good option to have on the bench. He joins us on a non-contract. Ford, Smith, McCoolion and Jones, they've all signed non-contracts. The only other one in the door, or I guess he was already here, Lucas Phillips. I've moved him up from the academy. He's going to be one of our centre mids, potentially just on the bench, it will see, but he's 2.5 star current ability. He is only 15 though, so we won't put too much pressure on him. So he's going to come in. We've also signed a centre back to join us on loan, but he obviously hasn't joined us yet. He will join us in the 1st of July, so we'll take a look at him then when he actually comes in. So unfortunately, the first casualty of the non-contracts is Brendan Smith, probably one of our best players, our 17-year-old winger. He's went to join Boston United. He's actually only going to get in their under 18s. So he's gone to join Boston, unfortunately. Had a really good season the first go-around. Wasn't as good second season, but obviously someone with only 17 years of age, full of potential, current Premiership player. It's a huge loss. I went back in for him on a loan, and they actually said they wouldn't even need any money to take him in on loan. So potentially we might get him back. So if we can get him in on a loan, then at least he's actually more tied down than if he's on a non-contract for the year. So it would be a hell of a signing if we could pull it back off, but it's basically just getting one of our own players back and not having to pay him. So it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely the curse of having these non-contracted players. Another player in the door, Oscar Dauber, is going to join us on the 1st of July. He was currently at Ryle in the Premiership as a breakthrough prospect. He is a very, very tall right back, can also fill in at centre-half as well. With foreheading, probably not a centre-half. Definitely a big right back, but he's quick. He can obviously get up. He works hard. He can get up for corners. He's determined. So he's definitely fits the mould. Very tall player. And one thing we conceded a lot of was goals at the back stick. So Mail Davies, good going forward, but defensively very poor. This hopefully fixes that. For some reason, he's very strong with his left foot, but he plays on the right side. He should be a left back. I don't know why he's a right back. We may look to swap him round, but yeah, formerly of Leeds, played a few games for Ryle, but wasn't really getting played. So he's going to join us in July as well. Well, that's really disappointing. Smith has rejected the loan back. He doesn't like us. He clearly didn't enjoy his time here, and he's rejected the loan, so he's not going to come back. We'll go back in for him just in the off chance if we make him a star player or something, that he might want to come back and we can't terminate it. Yeah, they're happy with that. So we'll go in as a star player, see if that makes a difference. But there's a good chance we're not going to have Brendan Smith, which is a huge, huge loss. He was, a big player for us. So we have reached the 1st of July and two of our new boys have joined us. We already knew about Oscar Dauber. He's in. He is a 2.5 star current ability, 5 star potential. So not the best, but at least an option at right back and centre back. And then the one that's joined us who looks a little bit better, Simon Mehigan. He is a 3 star current ability, 5 star potential centre back who joins us on loan. Not the tallest lad, so he could even play left back really with that kind of pace. But yeah, at least a boy in the door and a body in the door, should I say. Unfortunately, Foxwell and Davies have both been offered contracts elsewhere, so we'll see. And the New Saints actually came in for our goalkeeper, the one that's in the youth academy. His ratings actually improved, and looking at his stats, I mean, he looks quite good. So we've actually moved him into the starting lineup, and I actually think he's going to be our goalkeeper for the season. I don't think he's I think he's the best of the three. So he is 3 star current ability. He's 2.5 star current ability. And where's Parsons? Parsons is 2.5 star. So he's the best, and he looks the best as well. Plus, he's on a youth contract, so he can't leave us for a good number of years till 2020. Well, actually, just till next year. But yeah, so he looks the best. If TNS are interested, he's probably got good potential as well. So there's a very good chance that he'll be coming in. And but that means we can get obviously Mehigan in there, and we can get our. Oh no, we don't have a centre mid. Who was the other one that we signed? Where's the right back gone? I thought we signed a right back. Where's the right back? You. Where did you go? Why did you go? Right, that's a bad sign. They've put him in the under-19s. Yeah, no, you can come in. I guess you would be our... No. Where'd he go? Where is this man? He's disappeared. Dauber, what are you doing? Get in. Oh, what is going on? Right, we'll move him in. Hit continue. Stop it. And then maybe he'll be in now. There's a lot of nonsense in this game. Anyway, we'll figure it out, but he'll be in the side. It's in some... There we go. At least in some capacity. Get him on the bench. At least you can sit on the bench, and then Parson, you can be our first choice backup. And then, yeah, Davies, you can sit on the bench as well, and we'll just swap these round like so. Okay, we definitely need some... Yeah, we definitely need some extras. We've actually got, to be fair, some in the under-19s we could bring in. Anyone any good? No, I think we've brought the good ones up. So, yeah, there's some under-19s as well who are sitting there. If we need them, we can bring them up to fill out the bench. But, yeah, as it stands, we're okay, but we definitely could do with more. A lot more. In terms of Smith, we couldn't bring him back, so for now, Declan Howe is going to sit out wide. I don't really see it myself, but so that's definitely a weak area. We definitely need a centre mid or two, and we definitely, I mean, we could do with a really good fullback, really good centre back. I mean, we just need good players in every position, to be honest. So we'll really just see what we can do. There's not much money to work with, but we'll do what we can. So we've managed to do a bit more business, so we'll talk about the players that have joined. There's a couple of players that have left as well. In terms of the exits, Mail Davies has left the club. He's went to Pontypridd United, recently relegated from the Premiership, so he's gone there. To be honest, he was only ever okay for us. Came in, 27 games, 6.7 average rating. So yes, he looks like a good player, but in the match engine, he was never that good. But we've signed a couple of players. First one in the door is Patrick Anderson. He was a free agent after leaving Denby Town. It didn't do too well for them, but he looks a decent player. He's quick, 18-year-old English right mid, 3.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. So for a non-contract player, definitely not a bad signing. Next one in the door is Finley Wilkes. He is a 21-year-old English centre-back on loan from Bala Town. He's previously of Plymouth, had some time at Holyhead, did well for them, went to Bala Town in the Premiership, wasn't as good, so have decided to loan him back down to a lower league club. He's a 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential player, so he'll be one of our new centre-back starting. He's only 162 centimetres though, so not the tallest centre-back. Next to him will be potentially Jack Anthony. He's a 19-year-old centre-back, brought him in just for some centre-back cover. 2.5-star of current ability, 5-star potential, previously of Llanelli Town and Exeter. So he comes in just to sit on the bench. We've got at least some centre-backs now, some defenders. Dauber obviously comes in at right back, and then it'll probably be a two of Sherry and Wilkes for the time being, with Foxwell on the left. And then we still probably need another midfielder. Anderson can come in on the right. Obviously Jones is there as well. We've got Howe for striker. Brandon Barker, I forgot. The forgotten man at the club. When Smith left, he can come in for the left mid spot, not Howe. And yeah, so overall, I think we're looking a lot better. We just probably need, I mean, if we can get a really good goalkeeper and allow Cummins to just spend a bit more time in the youth setup, that's not a bad deal. But honestly, he looks pretty good. We probably could do with a really good fullback on either side, another good centre-back to partner up with Wilkes, a midfielder to partner up with Williams, and then maybe a world-class striker. Maybe not world-class, but a really good striker. We'll see. Obviously, Ford, I do like it, but he's got quite a bit of interest, so there's a chance he could leave, which is the same for pretty much everyone. Thankfully, McCoulion doesn't seem to attract much interest, which is good because he's our best player. So that hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, I think we've still got some stuff to do. We don't have obviously much money, so it's going to be a little bit of free loans and things like that. But there's a little bit of money there, so hopefully we can bring some players in and before our first game of the season to shore up at least the midfield. I think that's where we probably need a little bit more. Obviously, we've only got the 2.5-star current ability, Lucas Phillips at the minute, so someone else to partner up with Williams, and then maybe another winger, another striker, centre-back, right-back, goalkeeper. I mean, there's still lots of positions I'd like to improve on, but overall, I think we're looking okay. So just as I was saying that, another one is in the door. Aled Thomas, a 20-year-old Welsh centre-back, 4 stars of current ability, so a decent Premiership player with 5-star potential, formerly of Everton. Wasn't really playing, came in on loan. Obviously, he wasn't playing at Everton, and he looks very good. He joins us, unfortunately, on a non-contract, though, so that's obviously the downside is that he could very well leave us. I'll just do the squad numbers real quick. But yes, that is a very, very good sign, and he's going to come in, of course, as our new... Oh, I accidentally hit continue. As our new centre-half to partner up with Wilkes. If we look at that, I mean, yeah, that's a much better two. Actually, we can swap them round. Wait, what? Okay, it doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter. Are you right-footed or left-footed? He's left-footed. He should play on the left. Get our best one on the left. Hopefully you're right-footed, are you? He's actually both-footed, which is good. Okay, that looks a lot better. And then obviously we've got another player to sit on the bench. So it's looking good, but we still need more. Another one in the door, another centre-back, potentially a left-back as well. Ben Ashman, 18-year-old centre-back, joins us on a non-contract, formerly of Llanelli Town. Was not really that good, but honestly, I think he looks quite good. He's a little bit slow, which is a little bit worrying, but he is shown as a 4-star current ability, 5-star potential player. So for me, that's a good sign. And another one on a non-contract. How we fit all of these centre-backs in the side? I don't know. I guess Ben Ashman and Aled Thomas would probably be your starters, and then Finlay Wilkes is only on loan anyway. So I feel like he would be a good... No, maybe not with 3 passing. I was thinking maybe he'd be better as a DM next to Williams, but no, probably not. It probably does leave us with a few too many centre-backs, but with Mehigan and Vila Davis there as well. But I guess we can always move... Yeah, we've always got cover there as well. But yeah, Ben Ashman and Thomas in at centre-back, I think that's a good little pairing. Ashman's pretty tall as well, so that should be good. And... yeah, I think now we just need to get midfield, maybe a really good striker, I guess. But I actually like Ford. I mean, he's a regular goal scorer for us, so I feel like it's harsh to say we need another striker when he's had 2 good seasons for us. So, yeah, we'll see how we get on. I'm not convinced that it's definitely going to be Anderson on the right. It could well be Danny Jones as well. Howe's obviously there as well. But, yeah, at least we've got an actual bench now with some actual players on it. And just as I was saying, we needed more players. Another one in the door, Emmanuel Sarpong, 18-year-old English centre mid, leading player for 3.5 star of current ability, 5-star potential, formerly of Hull, wasn't getting any other offers. Quite a quick player, decent technicals. Yeah, he's definitely going to be our new DM to sit next to Williams, and Phillips can go on the bench. That's brilliant stuff. Phillips, you now are... Well, you're not on the bench just yet, but we will figure this all out. But yes, we've got our DM, and he can sit next to Williams, and that, to me, is starting to look like a much better side. Another one in the door, Milo Baker joins us on a season-long loan from Notts County. We're not paying any of his current wage, so he is a free loan till the end of the season. As you can see, a little bit quick and looks a decent player. He's a 3-star current ability player, 5-star potential, and like I say, from Notts County, 1 goal in 3 in the National League for County. Joins us on a loan till the end of the season, so definitely a good option. Whether he'll start for us over Ford, I'm not sure. Probably not, to be honest, but he's someone who can play in behind as well if we need it, as well as up front, so definitely a good option to have. So we've reached the first game of the season. We did play our cup game. It was a 1-1 draw with Ruthin Town, and we lost on penalties, but we were probably the better side, so at least some, I guess, kind of a little bit, yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It looks like we could be okay. But yeah, obviously still everyone needs to get up to fitness and familiarity with their position and roles and what have you. So hopefully it'll all work out. We did finalise one deal before we play the first game of the season, and that is Marcus Strots. Joins us on loan. He's a Latvian 20-year-old attacking midfielder. Can also play centre mid and on the right as well. 4-star of current ability, or 3.5 star if you look at that, and 4.5 star potential. On loan from Bohemians in Ireland. Had a loan in North last time out for Landudno and did pretty well. So hopefully he can repeat that. But obviously he's got to replace Maculion. So we'll see how things go. At the minute, I'm thinking this is the way it's going to go. Potentially Howe might come in. I mean, he came in off the bench. Ford didn't have a very good game. Howe came in off the bench and was definitely better. I do feel like Ford's pace is a little bit of an issue, but he's still got potential to get better. He is currently under a transfer bid as well, so we'll see what happens with him. But we'll stick with Ford for now. And it was actually Sarpong on his debut who got the goal, who actually does look like a good player, so hopefully he'll be good. Dauber doesn't look very good. The back line only looks okay. I think we definitely need some fullbacks in and a proper goalkeeper as well. Anderson looked okay as well in his first game, but we definitely need to see more of him before we just bin off Jones for him completely. But yeah, we're going to stick with this for now, and when we come back, we will have our first 2 games of Season 3. Denby Town and Llandudno in the league should be very exciting. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the UK Journeyman, and I'll see you all for more very soon.